welcome to Core Physio and Pilates video series. I'm Liz and this is Lee. Today we're going to take you through a pregnancy Pilates video to give you some ideas of some exercises that you can be doing at home to stay nice and strong and healthy throughout your pregnancy. Today Lee's going to help us out being a model. She's pregnant with her third baby, so very exciting. We're going to start side lying first and we're going to work on our glutes. So lying down on your side is a great position to work in during pregnancy. It's really safe and it's a nice comfortable position for most people to get into. The first exercise we're going to do is our clams. So working on strengthening up through our glutes. It's really important to stay strong because with a growing baby, there's even more weight putting through your hips, and those glutes are going to be really important to help keep those hips really nice and stable. So with our clams, we're thinking about having our back nice and straight, our heels in line with our bottom. We're squeezing our heels together, and as we start to activate through our bottom, we're going to lift that knee up towards the roof, spiraling that thigh around, and then slowly rolling back down. Bringing the knees back together, and then gently squeezing through the glutes, and slowly releasing. Good. You can keep going with this same exercise, or you may want to progress to make it slightly harder by gently raising the feet off the floor. If you're ever feeling uncomfortable doing these exercises or you're feeling any pain, it's important to stop and have a chat to your physio and make sure it's appropriate for you. But you should be able to feel your glutes working right at the back of that hip there. Beautiful. Excellent. Have a rest there. The next exercise is that side lying leg lift series. So we're going to stay in the same position, but this time we're going to extend the top leg long, making sure that you don't tend to roll backwards off your hip. You need to make sure that your hips stay stacked one on top of the other, just like your shoulders will be here. This exercise is really simple and it's almost about doing as little as you can, tiny little movements up and down so that you can really isolate all of that work into the glute and into the hip. Lee's doing a great job staying nice and stable. Also really important to keep that tummy drawing in this position so that you're giving your back some support and getting that core switched on. Let's change it up and now do little sweeps forward and back. Great. Some other variations in this exercise, you can do little circles around. Really small circles, thinking about tracing that circle with your big toe and then reversing those circles backwards. 10 of each would be a great place to start if you can. Taking rests as you need. Perfect. Bending those knees, have a rest. While we're in this position, a really great exercise to do is our book openings. It helps open up through the upper back and helps keep you nice and mobile throughout your pregnancy. So lying with your hands out nice and straight, you're going to take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to lift that arm up, reaching it up towards the roof and then twisting through your upper back. Beautiful. Looking towards that hand. Good. Take a breath in here and then exhale, rolling back over. It's okay if you feel some clicks or some cracks through your back. That's just a sign that you probably need to do this one a little bit more often. You can see that Lee's following her hand with her eyes, and as long as you're feeling fine through your neck, that's a great thing to do. And she's really feeling most of that movement through her upper back, getting that nice rotation. Also helps to open up through that chest as well. You can progress this on by using a small hand weight. If you don't have any weights at home, feel free just to hold a water bottle. 1 kilogram is the most that you could ever need to use for this one. It's more than enough. It just gives an extra little weight to that exercise. Beautiful. Great. So moving on from here, we're going to come into a 4-point kneeling position. So Lee's going to come up onto her hands and knees, making sure that her hands are right underneath her shoulders and that her knees are right underneath her hips. From here, we're going to start with a nice little stretch just to get the back moving. So this is called a cat-cow stretch. I'm going to get Lee to tuck her tailbone underneath, arching her whole back up to the roof, dropping her head down to the floor, creating this really nice arch through her spine. And then gently, I want you to exhale, Lee, as you start to drop your spine down, creating that nice curve through the spine and gently bringing the gaze a little forward. And again, we're going to tuck that tailbone under, rolling up, creating that beautiful curve, reaching the spine up as high as you can, and using your breath, coming back down, getting that nice stretch, releasing through the lower back as well. Good. It's important that you don't crane your neck too far up and keep your neck in the alignment of the rest of your spine so that you keep that nice and supported. Beautiful. From here, Lee, we're going to come into a neutral spine or a nice flat back position. So you can see that Lee's done a really great job of keeping that spine nice and straight, and she's in that nice midline position. It's really great to have this position here to start to activate through your core. So what I want you to do now, Lee, is to think of drawing in through your abdominal muscles like you're giving your baby a really nice hug in towards your spine. You should feel those muscles deep down low in your abdominals, strengthening and squeezing on, activating, and then gently release. Beautiful. You shouldn't see too much happening, but you should feel a nice deep internal contraction through your abdominals here as you squeeze and lift, trying to pull that belly button towards the spine and then gently release. Staying here, you could do about 10 to 12 of these just to get those abdominals switched on. And then as we progress through the next exercises, it's important to maintain that contraction through your abdominals the whole time. Beautiful. From here, a great way to strengthen up through the shoulders is to go into some push-ups. So keeping that tummy switched on, lowering the nose down towards the floor, and then pressing up and away. Staying nice and broad across the back and elbows in nice and tightly to really tone up through the back of the arms there. Lowering down, pressing up away, the whole time keeping that abdominal contraction. Lowering down, making sure that you're also breathing throughout. Inhale to lower, exhale to press away. Beautiful. One more here for me, Lee. Pressing up, beautiful. And a great way to have a stretch and release that pressure off the arms is to gently widen the knees and press back into a nice child's pose. Reaching long, making sure that you get that nice relaxation through the back. Good work. Okay, coming back up, we've got one last exercise here in the 4-point kneeling position. And this is also going to be an extra exercise to help challenge that core stability. So we're going to start with arm floats to begin with. So again, we need to start with that abdominal activation through the core, and then slowly, without shifting your body weight at all, Lee, I want you just to gently float one hand off the ground and reach it nice and far forward. You can see that nothing changed with Lee's position at all, and gently lower, and then staying strong through that left side now, reach that right hand forward. Beautiful. So it's great to extend that arm long, pause for a moment, find that stability before drawing that arm back down. Great. You can do about 10 on each side. And then we're also going to try the lower limb variation where we're doing a single leg float. So again, activating through the core, keeping that switched on, gently slide one foot back out behind you. Great. And then slowly sliding it back in. And then the other side, gently sliding it back out. Great. And slowly coming back in. You could even progress this and gently lift that foot off the floor, bringing in extra little activation through the glutes. Perfect. And slowly come back in. It's important that you choose a variation that works best for you and perhaps progress on when you're ready and you're feeling nice and strong. Great. And slowly come back in. One really important thing to note is that if you've got any pelvic girdle pain, it's best to stay away from the lower limb variations and just stick with the arm floats. How are you feeling, Lee?
Good.
Done well.